There are many mysteries of the human mind, from why we can't resist watching shows like The Bachelor or Married at First Sight, to the weird and wonderful quirks that make us, us. Bond has a range of programs for curious minds to carve out a career in psychology. Here to tell us what it's like to be a psychology student is Stephanie White. Welcome, Steph.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Of course, we're so glad to have you here. Now, why did you choose to study psychology?
I was always interested in psychology. I always have been. I found it really interesting. I'm such a people person, so talking to people, I've just been always curious as to why we converse the way we do. I'm the youngest of 5 as well, so I think being the youngest, I've always been like, why are my siblings so different to me? Why do I like one of them at one point in time and hate the other at another? So I've just always been interested in it, and I think then going throughout school and learning about how there's social psychology, but also cognitive and neuropsych and then cultural psychology, it's just applicable in all areas of work, all aspects of life. So I just kind of naturally gravitated towards it, to be honest.
Absolutely. It sounds really interesting, especially allowing that to go through lots of different versions of your life as well. I think you and I have that in common with the sisters thing, big family, so it helps with psychology.
Yeah.
Now, I understand you did start your studies at another university before coming to Bond, and I actually did a similar thing, and I've since found that Bond is a great fit for me. How was that experience for you?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it at the time. It was a much bigger university and I wasn't as inclined to go to all of my classes. It was a bit within my comfort zone at home. I'm from Melbourne originally, but when I came here, because of the smaller class sizes, all of the co-curricular activities, I just started and I kind of kept getting involved in more and more and more, and I made way more friends here than I did at this other university, and I just felt immediately connected at Bond in comparison. So yeah, one of the best decisions I've ever made.
I can absolutely agree with you there. It's a special place here at Bond.
Very much so.
And can you tell us about the subjects that you've undertaken with this degree?
Yeah, so it's a Bachelor of Psychological Sciences, so there's a whole range. So there's like biological psychology, cultural psychology, cognitive psychology, but then there's also fun electives like forensics or love, sex and relationships, or one of my favourite subjects was personality and individual differences. So you kind of get to understand why people are the way they are and everyone's different personality types. So yeah, there's an entire range of different subjects.
Oh, I love that. That does sound interesting.
Yeah.
As an alumna, I know that Bond has a very practical focus. Does this extend to the psychology programs?
Yeah, definitely. There's lots of opportunities. So we're informed as students in class. You get to learn about all of the Masters and Honours programs, and within that you can help the Masters and Honours students with their practical research, with their participants, with their technology, pretty much as much or as little as you want. You can be a research assistant, and it's a really incredible experience.
Yeah, that's amazing, especially seeing things as it happens as well. You're a part of it.
Yeah, it's really cool. You feel like a part of the live action.
Is there anything that surprised you studying this degree at Bond?
Surprised me. I think this might sound cliche, but I actually think I'm surprised about how much I really did love it. Like, because I'm doing the double degree, I thought by now, I'm in my ninth? Gosh, that sounds so old. 9th semester, and I thought I'd be a bit over it, but each new subject is interesting enough and like beyond interesting enough that you kind of get back into the routine of doing assessments. And I think I thought it would be more repetitive, but I'm surprised about how each subject's content is unique, and all of the teachers really think out about like what part they want you to remember. And so I'm surprised, by how much I love it and how much I think I'll take away from it, and how much it kind of, just intertwines with all aspects of life. So I can't complain at all, and could talk about it for hours, really.
And so doing the bachelor's degree in psychology is just one step toward becoming a registered psychologist. Can you tell us a bit about the process?
Yeah, of course. So you do your bachelor's, which is your undergraduate degree. That at Bond, that takes 2 years. At other universities, it takes usually about 3, depending on if you underload, overload. So the bachelor's is your first point, and then you have to do your honours, which takes a year at other universities. At Bond, it takes 2 semesters. So you get it done in about 8 months. My roommate's doing it at the moment and she's loving it. You have to write a thesis. And at Bond, you get a supervisor. So you get like that one-to-one kind of guidance throughout that thesis, and you can choose organisational psychology, mental health psychology, any form of psychology, and you'll get like a personal helper, which is great. And so after you've done your honours, then you could do your masters, which is like an additional area of study as well. So there's lots of options. You can do them all at Bond. And I hope to be able to do them all, maybe at Bond. But yeah, so there's like 3 degrees, and each kind of give you more employability and a higher kind of accreditation status.
That's amazing, and especially having that added help as well while you're studying and the hands-on experience. I can't imagine, it's such an incredible way to study here.
Definitely,
at Bond.
yeah, and because we have those small cohorts, it's really nice to kind of make friends, start your journey, and then you finish all together and you get to graduate all together, and it's a really exciting time.
Once Bondy, always a Bondy.
Exactly, as you would know.
Well, thank you so much, Steph. That was a really interesting insight into psychology here at Bond University. We very much appreciate you being here.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me.
Of course. Now, that's all for this segment of Open Day Live On Demand, but there's so much more to explore. If you want to hear more from Steph, you can reach out to her and chat with her directly. Visit bond.edu.au/connect to learn more.